we have any node in the linked list or not? If not, then we cannot perform the operation, right? So what is this away list? So in order to improve the efficiency of a computer, it is our responsibility to use the computer's memory in an efficient manner. This null will going to be pointed to the newly created node, and newly created node will going to have the address as null. So this is how we are going to create new node at the end of a linked list. Hello everybody, welcome back to the session 10 on chapter 4, that is data structure. I am Rohini TS from the Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram Pre-University College, Mysuru. So in the previous session of this chapter, we discussed regarding the linked list. Also, I have discussed regarding what do you mean by linked list, that is what the definition, right? So linked list is nothing but what? That is a linear collection of data elements. We are going to call the data elements as a nodes. Then I have discussed regarding the types of linked list. So singly linked list, doubly linked list, and circular linked list. These are the types of linked list, and also I have discussed how we are going to use the linked list concept in order to represent the queue in the memory location. And also we have learned regarding the operations on linked list. So we can traverse, we can create a node into the linked list, we can delete, and we can do selection, and we can merge the linked list. So those are all the operations. And also I have discussed regarding how we are going to create a linked list, right? What is the procedure or what is the algorithm that we are going to use in order to create a linked list. And also I have discussed regarding the operator called new and delete. So when you want to allocate some memory space or when you want to delete or deallocate some memory space, we are going to use new and delete operator respectively. So in our today's session, we are going to learn about the traversing. That means what? Visiting each node of an linked list. I will discuss in my today's session, that is for traversing a linked list, and also we are going to discuss regarding the away list. So what is this away list? Why we are going to use everything that I am going to discuss. After that, I am going to discuss regarding how we are going to do the insertion of a new node into the linked list, and how we are going to delete a node from linked list, and then what do you mean by garbage collection. And also we are going to discuss regarding the insertion and deletion of a nodes of a linked list. So let me get into the today's session, that is what? Regarding a traversing of a linked list. So as I discussed in the previous class, operations of a linked list also includes the traversing. So in the previous session of this chapter, that is related to what? Queues and stacks, there I have discussed regarding the traversing. So as we all know that traversing is nothing but what? It is a mechanism of visiting each node or visiting each data item of a linear list. So for example, if I am talking with respect to the linked list, so traversing is nothing but what? Visiting of each node exactly once from the beginning to the end. So for example, if I have 5 nodes in a linked list, then I have to execute or then I have to visit each node, that is from node 1 to node 5 exactly once from the first node to last node. That is what it means about the traversing. So this is what important for 1 mark question. Traversing is the process of accessing each node of the linked list exactly once to perform some of the operations. So that operation can be anything. That means what? I can create, I can delete, I can select, and I can merge. Okay, so those are all the operations. So in order to do any of the operation, we have to visit. So we have to fetch the data from a particular linked list node. That is what it means about the traversing. Visiting of each node. Visiting of each node exactly once in order to perform some of the operation. We are going to call that process as traversing. So then, how we are going to do the traversing in the linked list? As I discussed, this linked list node will going to have 2 parts, right? So one is info and another one will going to have the link of a next node, and start node will going to point to the first node of a linked list. So when the start node is null, that indicates that that is a first node. So when the link node is null, then that indicates that is a last node of a linked list. So now we'll see the algorithm in order to perform the traversing of a linked list. So here we have an algorithm and the function name is traversing. There I require start pointer and position. So that start contains the address of the first node. So when I want to traverse, that means when I want to visit each node of a linked list, I must know from where I have to start. That is what the usage of using this start. So this will going to contains the address of first node, and another one is what pointer P. That is what temporarily used in order to visit all the nodes of a linked list from the beginning to the end. So start, it's used to indicate the first address or location of a first node of a linked list, and P is a pointer that will be used to traverse from beginning to the end. So these are the two pointers that we require in order to perform this traversing. First, P is equal to start. So I have to start. So P in the sense what? That is used to visit all the nodes. So I have to start that position from the first one. That is what we are going to call that as a start node or a head node. Okay, consider this as a start node. Now the P is here and I am going to check while P is not equal to null. That means what? We have to check whether do we have any node in the linked list or not. If not, then we cannot perform the operation, right? So if it is equal to null, we cannot perform the operation. If it is not equal to null, then only I can process. If it is equal to null in the sense what? Then there is no data or there is node in the linked list. So if there is no node, then no need to do the traversing. So if there is a node, then only I can traverse from beginning to the end. That is what the things regarding this while loop. So while I am going to check the condition, P should not be equal to null. If it is not equal to null, that means what? We have a node in a linked list. So now we'll see the example. That means what? While P not equal to null. So let me take 3 nodes. So here I have a node 1 and that contains info and link, and this is node 2 that contains the info and link. This is what? Node 3 that also contains the info and link. So what is there in the first thing? That is step 1, P is equal to start. So this will going to start. So this will be the start. That is what it will going to point to the address of first position, address of the first node. So that it will going to point here. So at the time I have to check whether this P is equal to null or not equal to null. In this case, it is not equal to null. Why? Because here I have some of the nodes to visit. So here in node 1, it has a 10 and it is pointing to the next node and the data is 20, and it is pointing to the next node, it is data is 30, and this become null. So when there is a null in the link, that indicates that is a last node of a linked list. So here while P not equal to null, first thing I am going to check for the node 1, there P, that position is not equal to, that pointer is not equal to null, so that process data of P. So what is the data of P? That is what is the data of this first node? That is what? 10. I have visited first node and its data is 10. So next is what? P is equal to link of P. So that this P will going to have the address of next node. So then this P will going to be come here. That becomes what? It will going to point to the link of a next node. Then again I am going to check when this P is equal to null or not. In second node also it is not equal to null. So that I am going to process the data of P. So what is the data or info of this P right now? That is what? 20. Okay, after that it will come back P is equal to link of P. What is the link of P? Where it is pointing? It is pointing to the node 3. So that this P will going to come here and I am going to check P not equal to null. So here is P is not equal to null? Yes, it is true. Then also it will going to process data of P. So that what is there in that third node? That is 30. Then again P is equal to link of P. So what we have in P right now, that is what is the link? That P is equal to null right now. because it doesn't contain the address of next node, so that the link of that P is null right now. Then it will come here P not equal to null, but in our case P is equal to null. So if this become false, then it will come here, that is what, end of a while. That indicates what, we have visited all the nodes of a linked list from the beginning to the end. Okay, at last we are going to return. So this is regarding what, traversing. So traversing, in a sense, there could be any number of nodes that we have to start from the start node, that is head node, that will going to point to the address of first node. So when this position or a P pointer indicates a null, that indicates that is the last node of a linked list. When it is equal to null, at that time we will come out of the loop and we will return. So this is regarding traversing. So next we have a avail list. So what is this avail list? So in order to improve the efficiency of a computer, it is our responsibility to use the computer's memory in an efficient manner, right? So that operating system of a computer will going to maintain a special list that we are going to call that as a avail list. Then what is the use of this avail list? So this avail list is that contains only the unused deleted nodes. So what it will going to have? It will going to contain unused deleted nodes. For example, if I am creating a node, then the memory space will going to be allocated, right? So for example, N1 and N2. So here value is 10, here 20, and it will going to be null. So here I have two nodes, that is N1 and N2. So I have two nodes, but I am going to use only node 1. Instead of using this node 2, I am just going to delete it. I am not going to do any of the operation by making use of this N2. But I have created this node 2, but I am not using this N2 or node 2 for any of the operation. I have created, but just what I am doing, I am simply going to delete it. So this deleted nodes memory address or a memory space will going to be present in the avail list. So if you consider this as a avail list, so this avail list will going to hold, or that will going to contains only unused deleted nodes. I have created, but I am not using this node, but I have specified or I have generated memory for this node 2, but I am not using this node. Unused deleted nodes will going to be stored in the avail list. So that is what the usage of using this avail list. So whenever the node is deleted from the linked list, its memory is added to the avail list. For example, I have 4 or 3 nodes. Okay, consider I have N1, N2, N3 and N4. I have created 4 nodes, but I am not using any of the nodes. I have just simply created, but I am not using it. So that memory allocated for each node will going to be used, or will going to be shared, or will going to be stored in the avail list. Simply I have created, but I am not using that nodes anymore. So that the memory usage or memory storage of each node will going to be used for the future use. So that is what the reason of having this avail list. So avail list is also called as free storage list or free pool. So that is like what? Pool. So there it will going to have the nodes which is unused but they have created. Okay. So it will going to contains unused deleted nodes. So for that purpose we are going to have this avail load. Next is what? Inserting a node into the linked list. So if you are performing traversing, then after that we can insert. So inserting in the sense what? Adding a data element into the linked list. That is what we are going to call that as insertion of a node into the linked list. Then what are the possible scenarios of using this inserting of a node into the linked list? So it can be takes place in 3 ways. So we can insert new node at the beginning of a linked list, or we can select any of the position. For example, if I have 4 data, or if I have 4 nodes in the linked list, I wanted to insert my new node into the position of 2 or 3. That can be happen with the help of this inserting of a node at the specific location or a position, or also we can also insert a new node into the linked list at the end of a linked list. For example, you just consider this is a start pointer. Okay, so this will going to point to the memory address of a first node, and here I have a node 2. Consider 10, and this will going to hold the address of second node. This is 20 and it is having null. So inserting a node at the beginning of a linked list, I wanted to add new node. Okay, I wanted to add new node called 5, data is 5, and this will going to point to this location. So at that time this become my new node, that will be remarked as what, N1, and this will become N2 and this will become N3. This is what inserting a node at the beginning of a linked list. So this start pointer will going to point to the new node instead of pointing to the existing node. That is what inserting of a new node at the beginning of a linked list, or else inserting a new node at the given position. As I discussed, here I have 2 nodes, but I wanted to insert one more node in between. At that time, what we are going to do, for example, here start, that will going to point to the first node. Let me consider this as N1, and here we have one more, that is what, N2, and this will contain 20, this contains 10, this will going to point to the next node, this will going to point to the next node called N3, 30, and this will my null. Okay, but now I wanted to add a new node called N4, that is in the position here. So at that time what we are going to do, so I am just going to insert new node into this one. So let me consider this as 25, and this will going to point to the last node. After this inserting of a new node at a given position, it will going to be like this. So this is N1, this is N2, and this will become N3, and another one will become N4. Okay, so 10, and what is the value, 20, and it will become 25, this will become 30. So it will be renamed as N3 and it will be renamed as N4 after the insertion. So it will going to point to this position and this will become null. So here we have a start pointer that will going to point to the start. So next is what? Inserting a node at the end of a linked list. So consider I have only 2 nodes N1 and N2. So these are my 2 nodes. Let me consider 10, 20, and this will going to have null and this will going to point to this position, and here we have a start pointer that is pointing to the first location. But now I wanted to add a new node at the end of a linked list at that time. So instead of having this null node, I am going to create one new node called N3. So that will going to hold a information, and that will, the link of that node 3 will going to be null instead of the null of this second node. So this will going to points to the node 3. So node 3 will going to have the link as null. That indicates that will be the last node of a linked list. So these are the possible scenarios of inserting a new node into the linked list. So now we'll see inserting a new node at a beginning of a linked list. So in order to do that, what I am supposed to do, I have to create a node first. First we have to create a node. That is what step 1. Fill data into the data field of a new node. So I have to create one new node and I have to put data to the new node and mark its pointer field as null. So I have to mark this pointer field as null and attach this newly created node to start, so that it will going to attach it to the start node. So in the existing already we had some of the nodes in the linked list, but when I want to insert a new node into the linked list, the first node will going to be the second node will going to be the third node. This newly inserted node will going to be the node 1, so that it will going to attach to the created node to start. So start will going to point to the first node of a linked list and make the new node as the starting node, so that instead of having this as a N2 or N3, I am going to mark this as N1. That is what node 1. First we have to create and we have to put some information or a data into the linked list. Then what we have to do? So we have to make this pointer field as a null. So that indicates what? This will be the first node. So then we are going to attach this newly created node into the start position or a start pointer. Then this will going to be the first node in the linked list. So we'll see regarding algorithm insertion at the beginning. So we have a start and p. So this start will going to contains the address of the first node. First, let me consider this is start pointer and already it is pointing to the two nodes. Consider n1 and n2. So this n1 will going to have 20 and this will going to have 10 and 20 and this will going to have null as a pointer. Why? Because this is a last node in this linked list. So as of now, what is the step 1? P, new node. I have to create new node. Let me create one new node. Okay, so this is my new node. After that, data of p num. I have to fill the data of this node, that is newly created node. Let me consider the data as 5. What is there in the step 3? Link of p start. So I have to mark this new node and I have to give the link of this p node to the start. So where it was the start pointer initially, it was pointing to the node 1. But now I have to pull that start pointer from that node 1 to this newly created node. So then the start pointer will going to point to this first node or a newly created node. Then start of p. So now how it will going to be? So we have a start pointer that will going to points to the new node that contains the information 5 and this will going to points to the n1. So there it has 10 that will going to points to the third node called the index or that info is 20 and at last it will going to have a data that link field as a null. So now it will be my first node and it will be my second node. This will become node 3. So initially we had only n1 and n2. After that I am going to create a new node and I am going to put the information there and this pointer link that will be copied or that will be pointing to the start pointer so that it will going to be my new node at the beginning of a linked list. Then whatever the node is there existing, that will going to be moved to the next position. If it is n1 then it will become n2. If it is n2 then it will become n3. After that we have to return. So this will be the method in order to create a linked list node at the beginning of a linked list. So now we'll see how we are going to insert a new node at the end of a linked list. That is what inserting a node at the end of the linked list. So we can also insert a new node at the end of a linked list. In order to insert a new node at the end, we have to traverse the linked list to know the address of the last node. For example, so here I have created 3 nodes called n1, n2 and n3. So this n1 will going to point to the location of a next node and this n2 will going to point to the location of a next node. So it will be having 10, 20, 30. So in order to insert, so at last what it will be? It will be null, right? So in order to insert a new node at the end of a linked list, I have to traverse. So traverse in the sense what? I have to visit each node exactly once from the beginning till the end. So when I reach the end of a linked list or when I reach to the last node of a linked list, then we can insert. That is what when I found the address of a last node, that is what when I found the link as a null, then I will get to know that yes, it is the last node of this linked list. Then only we can insert a new node at that position. So we'll see the algorithm here, then only you can understand. So I have to start. I have to identify the last node in a linked list. So this is what related to what? Traversing. I have to traverse all the node. So when I reach to the last node, at that time I have to create a new node. So P start. So we are going to start. Consider here it is start and consider I have 2 nodes, that is n1 and node 2. Okay, this will going to have the data 10 and this will going to have the data 20. It is pointing to the node 2, but it is having null. Then here identify the last node in the list, p start. So here it will going to start while p not equal to null, p next of p. So here p is not equal to null, so that my pointer will going to point to this position. In the second position, p is equal to null. So at this time, this will going to get to know that this will be the last node of this linked list. So when we found the last node of this linked list, at that time I have to create a new node. So let me consider, or let me create one new node called n3, and that is what new node I have created. Create a new node and copy the address to the pointer n. So here we have a pointer. I have to copy the address of this new node to the existing node, that as the last node of a linked list. Then data of n item. So I have to give the item value here, that is what data. Let me take that as 30 and link of n is equal to null. So when I am creating a new node at the end of a linked list, for that I have to give the link as a null. So why? Because we are checking that, or we are making that as a last node of a linked list. So whatever the existing last node was there, that link will going to point to the newly created node of a linked list, and newly created linked list nodes link will going to be null. That indicates the last node of a linked list. So that link of n is going to be null and link of p is equal to n. Link of p in the sense what? This pointer. So now here we have a pointer. This will going to hold the address of this newly created linked list or newly created node of a linked list, and we are going to initialize this link of this newly created node as a null. Then it will going to indicate that this will be the last node of a linked list. At last we are going to return. So after creation of a linked list, this will going to be appeared like this. So the start pointer will going to point to the node 1. So the data is 10 and it is pointing to the second node, that is n2. Instead of having a null as a link of this n2, it will going to point to the newly created node, that is what? n3. So their information will going to be 30 and this will become null now. If I want to create one more node, at that time what I am supposed to do, I have to traverse from the beginning to the end. When I found this last node, at that time I have to create one more node called new node. Then I have to put the data over there. After that, this null will going to be pointed to the newly created node, and newly created node will going to have the address as null. So this is how we are going to create new node at the end of a linked list. So now we'll see the next topic, that is what? Garbage collection. So this is how similar to avail list. So in the avail list, it will going to have the unused deleted nodes. So for the proper memory utilization of a computer system, operating system will going to do this memory management. So in this garbage collection also, this operating system of the computer periodically will going to collect all the deleted space into the free storage list. So whether it is what related to deletion of a node, used node or unused nodes, or after that some of the operation we are going to remove it from the linked list, or any of the operation it can be. Okay, not only related to linked list, we are going to create a stack, we are going to delete that stack, we are going to use new, delete. Okay, so whatever the operation it could be, after that we are going to delete some of the things, right? So it will going to collect, this operating system will going to collect all the deleted space. For example, if I am creating any of the data type, once I am done with its utilization, then it will going to be what? Not in the memory space, but I have allocated some of the memory space. So once I am done with my operation, I am just going to delete it. So when we are deleting, it will going to be collected and that will going to be pooled somewhere. Okay, that is what this deleted space into the free storage list. So in the free storage list, all the list of deleted items will going to be saved at a single space. Okay, so this technique of collecting the deleted space into the free storage list will going to be called as garbage collection. We have done with the operation. At last, I don't want that data elements. That can be linked list, array, queues, anything it could be. Whatever we are going to delete, that deleted things or deleted data items, memory space will going to be collected somewhere. So that will be considered as what? Garbage collection. So operating system of a computer periodically collects all the deleted space into the free storage list. So this technique of collecting deleted space into the free storage. So here we are collecting all the deleted items at a single space. That is what we are going to call that as a garbage collection. So this is also important for 1 mark question. What do you mean by garbage collection and what do you mean by avail list? So now we'll see the deletion of a linked list node. So here also it can be of 3 scenarios. We can delete the first node of a linked list, we can delete the specified positions node of a linked list, or else we can create the last node of a linked list. So the main thing you have to understand, only 2 scenarios are important: inserting a new node at the beginning of a linked list and deleting a node at the end of a linked list. These 2 are important for you in the perspective of your examination. Okay, inserting a new node at the beginning of a linked list and deleting a node from the end of a linked list. Those 2 are the important concept. So here we can delete an item from the linked list. So that is what we can delete the first node of a linked list, or we can also delete the last node of a linked list, or else we can delete a node at the given position. Okay, so we'll see how we are going to delete a node or data element of a linked list at the end of a linked list. So deletion of the last node. I have 50 nodes in my linked list. I am trying to delete a last node called 50. That is node 50. So we'll see the algorithm here: delete and P1, P2, start. I have 3 pointer P1, P2 and I have start. As we all know that start is mainly used to specify the location or address of a first node of a linked list. I have to traverse, right? So then only I will get to know where is my last node. Then only I am able to delete the last node of a linked list. So that for traversing purpose we require start. That is what indicates the beginning, location or a address of a node of a linked list. So this use 2 pointer called P1 and P2. Why we require this P1 and P2? That is what this P2 is used to traverse the linked list. So when I want to get to know the last node of a linked list, I have to traverse from first node to last node. For that purpose, we require P2. Okay. So this P2 will going to be used in order to do the traversing. That is for the purpose of traversing. Then and pointer P1 keeps the location of the previous node of P2. Okay. For example, if P2 is in the second node, this P1 will going to hold the address of first node. So why? Because when this P2 reaches to the last node, then I will get to know that yes, that is the last node. Then I am going to delete. This P1 will going to hold the address of last node after the deletion of last node. Okay, that is what the reason of using this P1 and P2. So P2 is used to traverse from first position to the last position or from the first node to the last node. This P1 will going to hold the address of the previous node of a P2. If P2 is in the third node, then P1 will going to hold the address of P2. If I deleted that P3, that is what node 3, N3, then this P1 will going to hold the address of N2. Okay, for that purpose we require this P1 and P2. So we'll see the step-by-step procedure. First I have to start P2 start. Consider here it is a start position and let me consider I have 2 nodes 10, 20. I have to delete this last node. This is N1 and this is N2, this is pointing to this location, and at last it has null. What is the first step? I have to start, and in the step 2, P2 is pointing to the start. That is what? This P2 is pointing to the start. If P2 is pointing to the start, then where this P1 will be? This will going to be in the memory address. When this P2 jump to the next location, then P1 will going to hold the address of this previous node. That is what the first node of a linked list. So for your convenience, let me take 3 nodes. So this will be start, and it will be N1, and it will be N2, and this will be N3. 10, 20, 30, and this will be null at last. And this is pointing to this location, this will going to point to this location. So first step, start, P2, start. So now this P2 will going to be at the start. That is what it is, start traversing from the beginning to the end. Okay. So in the step 3, while link of P2 is not equal to null. So I am going to check with the first node of a linked list. I have 3 nodes, N1, N2 and N3. So P2 is in the start position. Now I am going to do the this one, link of P2. So what is this link of P2? That is what it is indicating, the first node. What is the link of this P2 right now? It is pointing to the second node. That means what? It is not equal to null. Then this P2 will going to be copied to P1. So now this P2 will going to move to this position, and now this become P1. So this P1 will going to hold the previous address of the P2. So now P2 is in the node 2, then this P1 will going to hold the address of P1. Then P2 of link P2. So this P2 will going to hold the address of second node itself. Again it will going to be checked here, link of P2 is not equal to null. So here I will check link of P2. What is the link of P2 right now? That is what? Link of N2, that is pointing to the node 3. That means it is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then P2 will going to be P1. This P2 comes here. As of now, this will become my P1, and P2 will be this one. Again, P2 link of P2. So now it will going to hold the link of this P2. So in the P2 right now we have null. And in the P1 it will going to have the address of node 2. So this P1 will going to hold the address of node 3. Okay. Right now it is holding the address of this node 3. Node 3 address is null. That is what P2 is null right now. Then it will come here, link of P2. What is the link of P2 right now? That is what? Null. That means it will be not true. That is, it is not equal to null. No, it is equal to null. If it is equal to null, then we are going to end the while loop, and it will come here, print the data of P2. What we have in this P2 right now? The data is 30. Okay, so the data is 30. After that, link of P1 to null. What we have in P1 right now? Where is P1? P1 is pointing to the location of a node 2. So now I have to make the link of this P1 as null right now. I have to display the content of last node, and I have to make the address or a link of the previous node as a null. So how it will going to be happen right now then? After that, free of P1. So as of now, free of P1, I have to delete the content of this one. So after deletion, this will going to be my start, and this will going to have only 2 nodes. That is what? Node 1 and 10, that is pointing to the second node called N2. So N2 is, this will become my P1 right now, and this will become P2. So this P2 holding the data 20, and I have to make this pointer or a link as null. Okay, so we are going to delete the content of a last node, and it has been detached from the linked list, and at last we have to stop. So this is regarding what? Deletion of a node at the end of a linked list. So it's all about my today's session. Let me meet you in the next session with a non-linear data structure. That is where we are going to discuss regarding the trees and graphs. So in the linked list, we have to understand what do you mean by linked list and types and its operation. Along with that, creation and traversing and creation of a node at the beginning and deletion of a node at the end of a linked list, and what is avail list and what is garbage collection. Let me meet you in the next session with the continuation of this chapter itself. Until that, keep learning, keep on growing. Thank you.